You've heard me talk a lot about consumer cellular, and there's a good reason. You can switch carriers, save money every month, and still get the same reliable coverage. Here's why I made the switch. Consumer cellular uses the same towers as the big carriers, so you're not sacrificing quality to pay less. And when you call consumer cellular, you just don't get pushed to a robot or told to use an app. You speak with a real person, someone knowledgeable, right here in the U.S. No bots, no scripts, no hassle. The best part, you don't pay extra to speak to a human being, like some big carriers are doing now. So whether you make the switch online, over the phone, or in one of their stores, you'll always work with a real person. Make the switch today and get $25 off at consumercellular.com/Kim. And if you're over 50, get one line of unlimited talk, text, and data for only $35. Plus, get an additional $5 off for the first 5 months. That's consumercellular.com/Kim, consumercellular.com/Kim. Hey there, it's Kim, and welcome to the audio version of my daily tech newsletter, The Current, read by nearly 1 million people every single day. Now let's get into today's newsletter for Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. All right, today's deep dive got personal for me. And I mean that. My grandmother got on a boat to America alone at 16 because she was the smartest person in her village. That's not bragging. That's what actually happened. Her small town in Ukraine gave anyone under 21 an intelligence test. The prize? A one-way ticket to America and temporary housing with a former villager already in New York City. The highest score wins, and she won. And everything that followed, including my father, me, this newsletter, exists because a teenage girl sat down and outscored everyone around her. My grandfather's story is different. When he arrived at Ellis Island, the immigration officer had room for exactly 7 letters on the form. The name he'd carried from Ukraine was gone in a single moment, replaced by a stranger with a pen who had no idea he was rewriting our entire family history. Komando. That was it. I've been looking for what came before both of them, and I think you might be sitting on the same kind of unfinished story about your own family. And if you've hit a wall looking for your own roots, you're going to love this next part, because it's not just about records anymore. It's about what AI can do with them. So let's talk about a site most people forgot about, FamilySearch.org. Maybe you used it once and never went back. Completely understandable. But it has gotten a serious glow up. It's run by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which has spent over a century collecting genealogical records. And here's the part that surprises people. It's open to absolutely everyone, regardless of faith or background. No subscription, no credit card, no catch. We're talking over 8 billion records. Immigration manifests, census documents, birth certificates, military records, church ledgers, covering more than 170 countries, going back centuries. You create a free account, start a basic family tree with what you already know, and the site automatically matches your relatives against its database. Love that. But here's where it gets really good. Family Search just launched an AI research assistant, and this thing is impressive. One genealogist had been stuck on the same family line for 20 years. The AI found the breakthrough in weeks. Just sign in. Look for the AI Research Assistant box on your home page and let it run. Also check the Family Search catalog at the bottom of the page. It uses AI to read handwriting inside old documents and church ledgers that no keyword search could ever crack before, with nearly 2 billion records and growing. And once you find your records, open your favorite chatbot and paste in something like this. Here are the historical records I found about my grandmother. She was born in this place, in this year, immigrated in this year, married this person, had this many children. Write me a short, vivid story about her life. What was the world like when she was young? What might her daily life have looked like? Suddenly she's not a line on a census. She's a real woman who crossed an ocean toward a country that couldn't even spell her name correctly. It's incredible technology. But as much as I love using it to look back, we've got to use it to protect ourselves right now. Let's head to the water cooler. I've got 4 stories today, and honestly, this first one made my jaw drop. 2 boys used AI to make nearly 350 fake pornographic images and videos of their classmates at a school in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're talking about 59 minors. One student actually tried to warn the school, but lawyers say the administration sat on that info for months The boys pleaded guilty, but the real issue here is that most schools have no idea how to stop this. If you have kids or grandkids in school, you need to have a real conversation with them about this, not a panic, just a talk. And while we're talking about things that aren't what they seem, you need to watch out for your next Zoom call. Scammers are setting up fake waiting rooms that look exactly like the real thing, complete with glitchy audio to make it feel authentic. Then a box pops up saying, "Update available." You click it, and just like that, you've installed spyware that logs every single keystroke. Remember, never click an update prompt that pops up inside a meeting window. Ever. Speaking of fake software, even the tech experts are getting fooled lately. A user looking for help with the AI tool Claude clicked the top sponsored result on Google. It looked exactly like the official Anthropic documentation, but it was a total sham hosted on Squarespace. Buried in the instructions was a link to a credential stealing download. Google finally took the ad down, but the damage was done. Before you install anything, double check that address bar. If the domain name doesn't match the company, close the tab. Now, most of you probably think you're safe because you have a credit freeze. And that's good. It stops criminals from opening new accounts. But here's the blind spot nobody talks about. A freeze does nothing to stop someone from draining the bank accounts you already have. It protects new credit, but your existing money. It's still wide open. Now that you know the gap is there, it's time to keep a much closer eye on those daily balances. Okay, now let's move on to some device advice. I've got 3 fast, free things you should really do today to make your tech run better. 1. Check your home Wi-Fi. Most routers broadcast 2 networks, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Most devices default to 2.4, but if you're in the same room as your router, 5 gigahertz is dramatically faster. Look for the 5G label in your settings and switch over. Your download speed will shoot up instantly. 2. Fix your Do Not Disturb settings. Standard mode is great, but it can block real emergencies. There's a loophole. If someone calls twice within 3 minutes, the call gets through. On iPhone, it's under Allow Repeated Calls. On Android, look for Repeat Callers. Set it up once, and you can sleep without the anxiety of missing a real crisis. And 3, Windows users. Rejoice. Microsoft is finally letting you pause updates for as long as you want. No more surprise restarts right before a big meeting. The new setting is arriving soon under Windows Update. About time, Microsoft. About time. And while we're talking about making your tech work better, today's newsletter has some great deals worth checking out. A Fire TV stick for $25, a portable charger for $27, and a full HD webcam for $28. Open the current in your inbox to find all of those. And if you want to browse all of my best tech picks anytime, head over to amazon.com/shop/KimKomando. Everything I recommend is right there. Now, I promised you some dinner table talk, and this one is going to make you look like the tech expert in the room. Turns out we've all potentially been using AirPods wrong for a decade. A viral claim says you're supposed to twist them into your ear, locking them in for better bass and a more secure fit, instead of letting them dangle like tiny white earrings. Experts say results depend on your ear shape, which is just the scientific way of saying, sure, whatever works for you. Give it a try. Worst case, you look slightly more intense at the gym. All right, now before I let you go, I have one more thing for you. And if you have TikTok on your phone, you really need to hear this. TikTok's algorithm doesn't need your age, your location, or even your search history. Internal research confirmed it only watches 3 things: how long you pause, what you rewatch, and what you swipe away from. It only needs 35 minutes of passive watching to build an eerily accurate psychological profile on you. Your therapist has known you for 5 years and still asks how you feel. TikTok figured you out in the length of a sitcom episode, and they never even sent you a bill. Alrighty, folks, that's all I have for you in today's audio edition of The Current. Today we talked about a teenage girl in Ukraine who outscored an entire village to earn her shot at America, and how TikTok figured you out faster than she took that test. 35 minutes. Let that sink in. Now, before you go, I need you to come back tomorrow, because your Google Calendar just became a scammer's newest playground. Fake invites are dropping straight onto your phone, and one tap leads to a fake Google login page. I'll show you exactly how it works and the one setting that stops it cold. And if you're not already getting The Current in your inbox every morning, sign up right now completely free at getkim.com. That's getkim.com. And don't forget to stay safe, stay smart, and tech ahead. and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, let me know what you think about these podcasts. There's a special address, podcasts@komando.com. That's podcast with an S, of course, PODCASTS @komando.com. Oh, by the way, a couple of people read those notes, so make sure that you're always kind of nice. Again, podcasts@komando.com. Let me hear from you.
Two kinds of phishing out here. One for fish, one for your data. Hackers try to hook you, but Cisco Duo keeps every user and device protected. Cisco Duo. Phishing season is over. Learn more at duo.com.